All right, good morning, cyber traders. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's excited for the weekend. My condolences to the Buffalo fans. I think I heard they're going to get about 4 to 6 feet of snow. Oh my God, I didn't think that was even existing. That's even possible. But I don't know if you're a Jet fan. It actually works out better for us. But we'll save that for a Monday morning quarterback for all football fans out there. But in the meantime, getting back to what's happening in the market. There's been a lot of good stuff that's been going on. Yesterday we had a couple of nice little stocks that made some nice moves. We had a little bit of correction in the market, a little bit downside. I don't know if you heard, but they're still, one of the Fed chairs came out and said something that they, what we figured would happen with inflation, that it came down a little bit from like 8 to 7, and figure they're not going to raise interest rates anymore. But then they said that they're going to raise it. One of the Fed chairs says, well, looks like they got something going, looks good. They're going to probably keep pushing that envelope more and more. So we want to be a little cautious on that, regarding, but that's great for us. The volatility is what we need. I was listening to somebody just yesterday, some of the other gurus that are in our industry, and even some of the big analysts, and you know what they said? I mean, honestly, it's really a bad market. It really is a bad market. And if you could weather this going to 2023, you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? So I really want to focus on everybody just making nickels and dimes. Try not to hit home runs. A lot of us didn't do great in the market as much, but a lot of us are getting there. We're getting a very big interest that people want to learn, and that's great. But like I said, there is still that big problem with a lot of people out there is they try to kill it. They try to make a lot of money into trades. They try to go out there. They see these big runner-ups, and they just don't take it. I want to bring up like this SI yesterday. It was one of the stocks that we traded. But you could see a stock at 9:30 had a really nice pop, and it went all the way to 29 from about 26. And then, which I always point out for everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live, here you go. That's the calendar. That's the mouse pad. Everybody, I don't got the cam working on the other room, but a lot of you here know what I'm talking about regarding about timing is everything. And it's not a full-time job. I had a trader yesterday, a new student that's joining us, and, and his biggest concern is, do I got to be here all day? And I says, no, you don't have to be here all day. It's not a full-time job. We don't want you here all day. You got to take it slow. Just make your days pay. This is the great thing about being in the cyber group room. I would say only about 10 to 20% of my traders are in here at a given time. Life gets in the way, and that's where it comes down to it. So, but anyway, you could see how the market, how it traded with some of these stocks right here. A few others made some big moves. NVTA, it wasn't a big move, probably pretty much dead, honestly. ARDX, a little bit of a down, came back a little bit. CMTX, I mean, you could see these stocks. It wasn't that much. The only one that actually worked out pretty well yesterday was Macy's. Macy's was the only one. And you know what was nice about Macy's? Not that more or less that it did pretty well yesterday. I don't have it up here on my, because that's from yesterday. But with Macy's, basically, what was nice about this, when you were in the cyber group room and we were showing you level 4, it had such a really nice iceberg order at $22. And you could see how it kind of tested. It was pretty cool. And it backed off right there. And then finally, when it broke it and went to about 22.50, you could see how now it became a big support. And it was like 21.88 right around that price. It was really, really, really nice. I really liked it. And then obviously you could see here going into the close, had a nice little push. Nothing spectacular, but like around 3:30, we saw it starting to make, it was nice here. You saw it making new higher highs. So that was good for about a good like 20, 30 cents. The morning obviously was probably the best, but I thought Macy's, and let me tell you something, that was a pretty bad day. I mean, for that one, for that thing to move that much, there wasn't that much. I mean, there was also the BEKE that had a really nice move. Once again, you got to follow the clock. Had its big move, stopped, went all the way up to about 10:30, and after about 10:30, party was over, and the thing didn't do anything. That was pretty nice. A little expensive, though, a little risky. W was a nice short right there. Wayfair, just absolutely no love there. SI was all garbage. All right, so not a really good day. Not a great day. There were a couple of stocks. We all had to focus on it. I know there's some of you here that felt that you missed some of them. Usually the list is a little bit bigger. But don't worry, today's Friday. There's always something new out there. So I want to start doing some shopping. We got a couple of stocks right here that are making some big moves right here. I know some of you are looking at this stock, YTRA. It's got good volume. It's got about 700,000 shares, about 25%. It's cheap, okay? It's not that expensive. The only thing is it's not really picking a really big trend. And when you look at the long-term trade, it's got, about $3 resistance levels right there. But it is the big percentage gainer of the day, and we'll put it on our watch list like everything else. PXMD just had a really, really nice move, but she's on a downtrend right now. She's up about 39%. Very nice stock, cheap, nice spread, everything. Not really our forte, though. IC, we trade in this past. It's not really doing anything in pre-market. UCL, this stock's been a very good swing trade. You could see it went from $1 to $3 in over a month. It's up about 200%. But as of right now, you got to be careful. It's not the greatest day trade, which you could see right there. So remember, we don't only day trade here. We do swing trade. Raw Stores obviously gapped up a bit. But, it's funny. Raw Stores is like probably the only stock. We don't have any Raw Stores in here in New York. I know you have them down in Florida and other places. I see them down there. But like some of these retailers, didn't do that great. I think Raw Stores is probably the most expensive one next to Target, right? Or Target, whatever you want to call it. Target. Why do I keep typing it? Fat fingers. I mean, Target took a little bit of a hit and make it a little bit of a comeback. But a lot of retail stores are coming out with news out there. Everything else is just garbage. Nothing there. IPO. Yeah, nothing there. Foot Locker came out with earnings. They did pretty well this morning. It's so funny. It's like there's only one place to buy sneakers, and Foot Locker, obviously doing pretty well on that. I would keep an eye on Foot Locker. It's probably a category 3. I would keep an eye. Be careful of that. You could see Gap also came out with earnings. Also, Gap stores. That stock's been doing pretty well from October up to $8. It's already up to about $14. Looks like she's got a good pre-market. She's about 10%. $14 stock. Like I said, pretty cheap stock. All these. This is like the week of big box store. Not big box stores. All retailers coming out. There's an ETF. Yeah, that's always in there. All right, nothing there. Anything big losers out there? Boiled always shows up on my radar. Boyle. T-Lab. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much does it. What about, Peter, what about GM? GM's not really doing anything. It's about 1%. I would pass on that. And Ford's probably doing the same thing. A whole lot of 0. That's what we got. So it's not a big list. And you know why it's not a big list? It's Friday. Friday's not really the biggest days of going on. But we always find things that move more when the market opens up. And we'll see what happens in pre-market. But that pretty much does it. Not really that much out there. So anything I'm missing, we did not call out. Anything else? Oh, Peter. I really screwed that up pretty big. Peter's saying, good morning, Fausto. And I thought it was GM and Ford. I thought you wrote Peter. Okay. The way you have it typed in there, that's what it looks like. I didn't see the second part. Well, we'll see listen, we got till next week. Let me tell you what's going to happen right now. Let me give everyone a heads up. What is next week? It's actually Thanksgiving week here in the United States. So, kids, my kids come back from school this week. It's going to probably be quiet up until that Tuesday. Wednesday, I think things are going to start slowing down a little bit. But let me tell you, Friday is a half day. We're closed on Thursday, but Fridays, I always find that we get some good volatility in the market. I love half-day markets. So, look forward to that day. I always find something that's pretty good that moves there. So if you're around, definitely trade then. All right, traders, we're going to start. We'll start commentary when the market opens up. If you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, we'll see you back here at 2:30 and to trade the afternoon. All right. And if you always want to join us, just like us and friend us. Join our trading room. You can join us for a whole week. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you back here once the market opens up.